Hi, my name's Elizabeth Kwartinger-Manning, founder and CEO of A2i Dyslexia. We're here this morning in Battersea, and we're doing a film on the lovely Eve New Love. Eve is the founder of the New Love Experience, which is a motivational society. Eve has recently been diagnosed with dyslexia and dyspraxia, and today she's going to talk to us about her journey of having the diagnosis, i.e. the assessment, and how it has really helped her to move her organisation forward. Hello Eve, thank you so much for coming along today to be part of the Gifted series. We really appreciate you coming here. Just give me a little bit of introduction about who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name's Eve New Love, and I'm the founder of the New Love Experience, which is a motivational networking society that seeks to empower, support and inspire individuals in attaining their goals. And how we do this is through events and workshops.
Excellent. How long has New Love Experience been going for?
I started over a year ago, I think. January the 4th, 2017 is when the New Love Experience was born.
That's really amazing. So you've talked to me about New Love Experience, and the Gifted series, we're focusing more on dyslexia and specific learning difficulties. Tell me about when you were diagnosed with dyslexia and dyspraxia. How long ago was that?
I was diagnosed with dyslexia when I was 30, which wasn't long ago. I was diagnosed just before I started university, because a friend of mine actually said to me, I think you might have dyslexia, because I was always struggling with paperwork, and I was always struggling with things, anything to do with paperwork and managing workload, my time management, things like that, my coordination. So she was like, I think you might have dyslexia, you should go sort it out. Actually, a friend of mine told me when I was 24 that I might have dyslexia when I worked for the local authority years ago. He suggested, I think you might have dyslexia, you should check it out. And I was offended. I was like, what do you mean I have dyslexia? I don't have dyslexia, I'm fine, because I can read and write. You just think that if someone has dyslexia, they can't read or write. So I was like, I can read and write, I can use a computer, I'm fine, I'm computer literate. Don't think I have dyslexia. If anything, I just thought I was lazy, So I dismissed that, and then later on, when my friend suggested it again, I was like, something might be wrong. Actually, that's when I actually thought something is wrong, because as you get older, you realise things are not right. The way you process the way I was processing information, and I just couldn't take work, like a lot of stress in terms of in working situations. I couldn't take the stress. So I started to think to myself, something might be wrong. And I had a lot of issues in my childhood, especially at school. It's not that I never wanted to learn. I always wanted to learn, but something was holding me back. I just didn't understand things. So when you're young and you don't understand things, you think that, oh, I don't want to learn, or people think you're a rebel. And you just start getting into other things because you think, oh, maybe school's not for me. But it's like I always wanted to study. I always wanted to go to university when I was young. I had ambition, but I just couldn't understand, the educational process of how to get things done. So I just, dismissed her. So when she suggested it, I actually, when I went to enroll for uni, I said to them, I think I have dyslexia. So they referred me to an educational psychologist who was based in University of East London. So I went for that assessment, which took so long. It was like 3 hours, and I didn't even think it was going to take that long. It took over 3 hours, actually, like nearly 4 hours, and it was very emotional, because just an hour into the assessment, I was already breaking down, and he was like, I can see there's a problem here. I'm seeing some problems. And by the end of the assessment, he said, obviously they'll send the report back to my uni and send me a copy as well. So I was just eagerly waiting for the
So in
assessment.
In the diagnosis, obviously they give you recommendations of
Yes.
the software,
All that,
technology that can support you.
Yeah, I mean,
how has that helped you?
To be honest, most of the things that was recommended in the report I never used because actually, well, I did use some things which were like software programs to put on my laptop, and obviously, you know, when you're dyslexic and you get your laptop, it's very easy to use, it's very smooth, it's not like your normal laptop. So things were already on, you know, were already installed into the laptop. And I got the Dragon software, and I got this, I think, an Elephant something software. There was quite a few. I got a software that helped put your words and sentences together, which I didn't really need because my problem isn't reading and writing, as you know. So there's a lot of softwares I didn't use on the computer. I just used a Dragon, and that was just like sometimes it wasn't, you know. And I was also allocated a support worker. And after a while, I stopped using him. He was like always trying to stick to our meetings, and I was just like, I don't need this guy for anything because all he was helping me with was structuring my assignments and stuff. And after I met him a few times, I kind of learned what he had taught me and just started applying it. So I didn't really need him after a while. You know, I think I struggled putting my assignments together, and that's when I was thinking, you know, I don't actually think it's just dyslexia I have. Maybe it's something else because I'm not struggling with the reading and writing, and I'm struggling with understanding things, processing things. I'm struggling with starting, you know, but once I get into it, it's like I flow.
Yeah. So Eva, how does dyslexia and dyspraxia have an impact in your daily life?
It's not easy. It's difficult because, you know, time management. Also, I get mentally exhausted after a certain time. You know, like when it hits like 1, it's like I'm mentally drained. So I'm my best in the mornings. After a certain time, it's just like I can't take in information. I mean, I can, don't get me wrong, I can, but I'm my best in the mornings. And, you know, it's difficult, but I have the aids in place. You know, I have my dictaphone for meetings, and, you know, I have software on my laptop that helps me. But I still struggle. I mean, it's just one of those things you have to deal with like every other person that has a disability or, you know, a learning difficulty. You know, how people deal with things in life. You just have to, but it's the awareness. It's knowing that you have the good thing about being assessed and being diagnosed is that you know what the problem is. So when I do feel worn out or I'm tired or my brain can't take things no more, I know that, okay, this is dyspraxia. It's not, I'm not a lazy person. It's not because I was born, you know, crazy or something. I know what it is. So, you know, it helps with the confidence. My self-esteem is gone, you know, is high now. You know, and I'm working on things, and I'm trying to achieve my goals now. All the things I wanted to do when I was younger, I'm now doing because I know, you know, that when I was younger and I was struggling, this is why I was struggling, because I had dyspraxia.
You recently graduated, didn't you, Eve?
Yeah, yes. I did.
Well
I graduated. I never ever thought I could get a degree. It was just like I gave up, you know, in my 20s. I just gave up with education and just went into working and providing for my children. But it got to a point where I thought, if I don't set an example for them, I can't be like, go to university, go and get a degree, or go into this profession when I haven't set the example. So when my daughter started secondary school, I started uni. So it was like a journey we started together. And yeah, I graduated last year and I made it, and I'm starting my master's this year in professional leadership.
That's amazing.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you so much.
I'm really looking forward to that.
To so many people, and keep up with it.
You're inspiration to me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.